Holland, shout out to Holland. What's up? What's up? What's up? Everybody, let me know where you at in the world. Random live stream pop up. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. Let me know if you can hear me. I just had so many technical difficulties trying to get this live stuff going, but I think we good now. Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. I got the natural light coming in, so it may be crazy. Hey, shout out to Seattle. Seattle's like my city's cousin. I'm in Vancouver. It's crazy today. Shout out to Jersey, Vegas. Shout out everybody. Give love. Much thanks. We got Amsterdam in the house. I love it. Ooh, we vibing today. I'm having a good time already. How are you? I'm good. I'm feeling good. We got Calgary, Alberta. Fun fact, I was born in Calgary, Alberta. So shout out to Calgary. I was literally there just 2 weeks ago. Oh, we out here. We out here. Shout out to Jamaica, Michigan, Toronto. Boom. Big vibes. Big vibes. I'm loving it. Loving it. Loving it. Loving it. We got BC in the house as well. What tea are you drinking? Ooh, I'm drinking a black tea today. I actually stopped drinking all caffeinated teas, but in the last week I started drinking them again because I just missed them. But I'm just drinking a black tea. I forget the name. Forgive me. Someone gifted it to me. Someone sent me some tea. Shout out to everybody that sends me tea, and shout out to everybody that buys me tea on my Ko-fi account. I appreciate everyone that supports. Y'all keep my cup full, even though it's on half right now. I love it. Give thanks. We got Mexico in the house. Do you like hot chocolate? Yeah, I'm a fan of hot chocolate. It's not like a regular thing, but I like my hot chocolate for sure. Let's get the focus right. Ontario matcha. Literally right on the Canadian border. Yeah, I'm right on the border. I'm literally like 20 minutes away from America right now. Do you have peace and clarity? Well, we all do. You understand? Peace is already within. And clarity we have it. But, we go in and out of clarity. We wrestle with ourselves. But I always say clarity only comes after a breakthrough, right? After we've been wrestling with our mind. So anytime I'm going through some struggles or I don't have clarity, I always tell myself, oh, clarity is on the horizon, because clarity only comes after we have been wrestling with ourselves. Do you make videos for a living or do you have another job? No, I've been making videos for a living for 10 years. And then in the past year, I've been doing. So before I used to do videos for other people, which is cool, which is great. So give thanks. My apologies for the light right now. It's like hella bright and I can't keep fixing it. We got Quebec vibeting. Oh, blessings. Shout outs to Trey. Thank you, Trey, for the donation. Give thanks to everybody. Let me know how you feeling. What should we talk about today? How do you handle grief? I personally haven't lost too many people in my life to passing. A couple people, but not a lot of people that were super close to me. But obviously I've gone through losses, through breakups, and other things. And for me, I always say there's like no quick way to get over grief. Actually, you don't get over grief, you go right through it. You just have to heal, and there's no shortcut, there's no life hack. So I just tell myself this is about to be a process, and I allow it to be, and I just feel myself. So I always just make sure I implement healthy ways to grieve instead of distracting myself, because that's something we often do is we distract ourselves and try to tell ourselves that we're not in pain. But I'd rather just begin the healing and get right through it, right? Not get over it, but go right through it. Let me feel the sorrow, let me feel the pain, let me feel everything. Oh, y'all are talking fast. Thank you so much, Seda. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me know. Thank you so much. Ice Cold JT. Shout out to Ice Cold JT. This guy's a grinder. I see him in the comment section every time. And then I checked out your channel. I subscribed. And this guy posts a lot of videos. So this guy's super consistent and is like active. I see you in comment sections on other YouTubers' pages as well. And I personally love to grind. So check out Ice Cold JT. I love anybody that just grinds hard. So, really, I love everybody. I love you, man. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. How do you stay up when around those that are down? I don't really allow other people to keep me down. I usually think that my positivity and my light is strong enough to like withhold any negativity. Obviously, I'm not gonna like indulge in negative environments, but I like to walk into dark rooms and turn the light on. You understand? I'm not somebody that thinks that one negative person can bring me down. Actually, I think that my positivity can bring them up. Not like I'm trying to, but sometimes just, being in your natural essence, being who you are, you have an effect on people. So, one, I make sure I prioritize myself, make sure I have healthy boundaries. But at the same time, I don't really subscribe to the whole notion that everyone's an energy vampire. You know, if I feel like other people are sucking my energy, I just take time for myself and I put healthy boundaries up. I want to do podcasting, but for some reason, whenever I record, I freeze up. Man, a little bit of nerves, a little bit of anxiety is good. Just keep trying. If you are consistent, if you keep going at it, it's gonna flow. Maybe for you, it would be better if you script a little bit, if you have a guideline, if you have like talking points, and then you don't get lost, right? Or even at first, maybe just script the whole thing word for word and just read off of something, just so you get emotion. And then over time, you'll get used to like your recording voice, and then maybe you can flow a little bit more. Or make a really good ritual before you record and just put yourself in that space to be able to channel. So me, I always like to have my tea, always like to take time for myself. And I just like do vocal exercises. Sometimes I'll just say whatever comes to my mind, delete it. And then when I know it's ready to channel, I go and I really channel. Do you have any advice for anxious attachment styles? Can you explain that one a little bit more? You're wearing my favorite color. Yeah, shout outs. I still love this shirt. Still one of my favorite shirts right now. You understand? Hey, man, I just wanted to say I respect your work. You've helped me so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Clayton. I appreciate it. I always have to have coffee before I record, Karen Crystal says. That's right. Like having a nice little beverage before you record, a little ritual that puts your mind into the space of knowing, like, yo, it's time to get it, is perfect. You know? Even sometimes having a set time every day or having like a designated space where you record, making sure your desk is clean. My desk is like ridiculous right now. It's not even clean. I'm not even gonna lie. My desk is a mess. Oof, right. Oh, thank you so much, Katie ASMR. Thank you so much for that donation and the good vibes. I want to start an ASMR channel so bad. I want to do ASMR content so bad, but I don't want to start another channel until I feel like I'm like grounded in this channel. You know what I'm saying? Until I feel like I can consistently put out like 2 videos a week and then 3 videos a week, and then I'll start another channel. And I'll need somebody to help me do the thumbnails because thumbnails take time. If I start another channel, I need someone to help me with the thumbnails. If there's any junior graphic designers out there, hit me up. I'm looking to hire a junior graphic designer. I'm also looking for a couple people that want to go on an intern basis on some other things. And then as things grow, that will move into other positions. So I'm going to have a little hiring poster on my Instagram coming up over the next week. Information will be there if you're interested. Hey, Jessica, hit me up. Slide in my DM. I'll remember your name, Jessica Killoran. Slide in my DM. Or there's also an email on my Instagram. You can email me. Yo, Coquitlam, that's what's up. Coquitlam's really close to me, about 15 minutes away. Your channel is already ASMR. It is very ASMR. Even if I do ASMR, I'm not thinking of like whispering. I'm just thinking of like intentionally titling videos ASMR and, soft spoken ASMR, not so much like the whisper, but also like getting little instruments and like different things and like playing with the sensory. Step parenting advice in our 23s. Can you explain that? Like step parenting advice? I'm not a step parent, so, but explain the question. Can you do affirmation ASMRs? Yeah. So we're working on the affirmation cards right now. I got the illustrator. Illustrator's already gotten to work. So I think as long as the manufacturing goes on time, we should have the affirmation cards out by Christmas is the goal, before Christmas. And then, I think it would be amazing to do some affirmation ASMRs with the affirmation cards. So the affirmations are all affirmations you find on my podcast, you hear in the YouTube. So it's really bringing a lot of the things we've talked about and putting it into a beautiful package. But now that I found like an illustrator that I feel like is super aligned with the brand, I'm really happy about it. Your channel is one of the most positive corners on YouTube and social media. Oh, thank you so much. I think expression, creativity, music, entertainment is supposed to like uplift people. I think artists and people are supposed to look into the culture and look at the dangers and find the light in it and share with it and be a force that uplifts people. It's why I think it's easier to create content that distracts or create content that is fear-based, but I appreciate people who put out good vibes and positivity. And it may be harder sometimes, but it also challenges you to live a better life. So especially through these times, I just think we need so much, we just need positivity. We just need love. We got Ireland in the house. I love that. I love how there's so many different people all over the world. You know what I'm saying? Like when you watch the news and stuff like that, like you'd think like it seems like the world is so racist, but it's not. Like look at this room. I guarantee we have so many different people in this room from all over the world, different races, different skin tones, different beliefs. You understand, different ages, different backgrounds, and we're all vibing, we're all uniting. Some of us have our cup of tea, and that's what I love. That's what I love. We got Edmonton in the house. Shout out to Edmonton. That's what's up. That's what's up. We got Melbourne. I'm listening to some Amapiano. It's like some South African house. Hopefully YouTube doesn't get mad at me, but today I had to have my music, so. Do Do you think I can make money from music and drums? For sure, you can make money with anything. It's just gonna take a long time, or maybe not. Maybe you can strike first. But like, I remember the first time I made money from a video. I was working in a restaurant. I was one of the cooks, and I got a camera and I started shooting a couple of videos for myself, right? Because I was producing music at the time, and I shot myself some promo videos, and they're pretty good. And then a couple people hit me up, like rappers and stuff, and they're like, "Yo, can you shoot me a music video?" And I remember one guy was like, "Oh, I'll pay you $100." And I was like, $100, let's do it. Like, I was so excited because if I worked a full day in the restaurant, I made $100. So I was like, I get paid $100 to go do something I like to do. Once I made that $100, I went back to that restaurant and I quit. I was like, the fact that I just made $100 off of like my creativity, I'm never looking back. And I literally never looked back. I quit that day, and I just went super hard from there, and I just made it a real thing. And I had people tell me to like do something safer. I had people tell me to go invest in another direction. I had family tell me I should like work at FedEx or something because you get benefits and things like that. And I was like, nah, I'm steadfast. And I've been doing that for a long time. And for me to transition from like client work and like doing all those things now into YouTube, it was a long process. But I believe anything is truly possible if you really want to make it happen. If you want to turn a passion into a business, it's possible, but it's a major sacrifice, and it's not a 9 to 5. It's literally like a 9 to 9. You know what I'm saying? Like, my brain does not turn off like turn with making content. Like, I am constantly working on this stuff. I am constantly trying to better myself. But what I like is the type of content I make challenges me as well to always continue to learn and be a better human being. So it's like a spiritual experience, and it's a personal development experience. So it makes me a better individual. Do you have a daily routine? Yeah. Over the last week, I was like really meditating a lot on my daily routine, and I have a new daily routine right now that I'm trying to get into motion. So it takes a while to get a new routine into motion, but I'll share it with you because I have it right here on my iPad. So I like to use Google Calendar for my day, and I'll basically explain what I have. So from 4:30 a.m. or 5 a.m., either time I wake up, till about 6. I call it rooting. So this is when I would do meditation, read, and qigong to ground myself. Some days I don't, and those days suck. The next after that, I do sound work. So let that be like play with sounds, do some sound recording on my microphone right here. I come into this room and I do my sound work. After that, from 9 a.m. till 2 p.m., I film or I edit. So every day now, my new schedule is from 9 to 2 is when I'm mainly doing my YouTube videos. I cut it off at 2, and then from there, I have this blank box. This blank box is supposed to be for like hobbies. I'm really trying to prioritize time to do other things now. That's not just content. So I want to start learning how to make chocolate. I want to go outside more. I want to kayak. I don't know. I know a lot of this time is still going to go to content creation, but I'm trying to apply other things into there. From 5 to 6, 6:30, I have dinner. From 7 till 9, I put homework or education, meaning, homework with my daughter, education. Maybe I'm watching movies with her. Or if I'm not doing that stuff with her, then I'm doing prep for the next day, social media stuff, emails, things like that. Man, how do you wake up so early? Um, Go to bed earlier, but also I was like over like the last 7, 8 years, I've been able to do this. I've been able to cultivate the ability to just be able to wake up anytime I want without having to set an alarm. And I realized the less caffeine you drink and the less sugars you eat, especially like you go to bed, and the more you get your body into a natural rhythm, your body will naturally wake up and you will be able to wake up early. But if you rely heavily on caffeine all day and you consume a lot of sugar, your body is kind of just like in another frequency. You understand? You're kind of hyped up technically on like drugs, like caffeine and sugar in a sense when it's like processed mainstream, it's like a mainstream drug. When I removed that stuff from my life, I was just able to wake up a lot easier and earlier. But now I like to prioritize like 7 hours sleep. I used to just last year, I would sleep 5 hours a night. I go to bed at midnight, then I wake up at 5 a.m. But now I need 7 hours. If I don't get 7 hours, I'm not there. I'm not all there. But go to bed early. Going to bed, I find sometimes I just tell myself, you know what, it's already 10, it's already 10:30. Let's head to bed and just start fresh tomorrow instead of waking up till like 1 or 2 a.m. And then like I don't like sleeping in. I don't like waking up at 8 or 9 or 10, like that stuff. If I do that, my day's a wrap. I'm not focused. A schedule is going to change your life. You don't have to be so militant about it and so like strict about it, but being able to develop a routine forms good habits and you'll be able to transform your life. And then of course you still have those days where you just like sleep in. Every Saturday is my rest day, so regardless, every Saturday is my rest day. I rest all Saturday. From Friday evening to Saturday, I do no work. I don't shoot videos, I don't edit videos. All I do is I chill and I work, I read, I usually take multiple naps. It's my Sabbath, you understand? What I love about scripture, like when you read the Bible, in the Bible it said that God created the earth and the heavens in 7 days, but on the seventh day he rested. So I was like, even if God slept one day, then of course we need a day of rest as well, you understand? I find one day of rest is very important because it gives you like a healthy cycle. It closes the week off and it starts the week again, instead of everything blending into each other and then just losing sight of where you are, because sometimes we just lose so much sight. Fasting, yes, I fast. I don't really like to talk about my fasting too much, but just because everyone's body is different and I don't want to influence anybody just to go do anything they don't have knowledge on. But what I would say is definitely go and seek out, like, the benefits of fasting, how to properly do it. Make sure you're in tune with your health. But fasting is a part of my life. I fast once a week for a 24-hour fast, Friday to Saturday. That's the same time I take my Sabbath. And then sometimes throughout the year, I'm doing different kinds of fasts as well. Your favorite tea right now? I'll be honest, I don't have a favorite tea right now because I had to find a new one. I got to create a new one. Do you consider yourself a Christian? No, I never grew up in a religious household. Um, I don't technically consider myself Christian, but I do read the Bible. I do read Scripture, and obviously there's a lot of Christian values and things I resonate with. A lot of my beliefs, stem from Rastafari through the lens. Christianity is an influence, but I didn't grow up a Christian. I consider myself just a spiritual individual. Do you consider yourself religious? No. To me, religious is more like I see the benefit in religion and being fellowship and community. But I've grown up very isolated my whole life. I have siblings, but I grew up an only child. Single mom, so I was by myself a lot. And I came to my relationship with God through my own free will. Nobody ever told me to believe in anything. Nobody pressured a religion on me. Nobody did any of that. You know what I'm saying? I had complete free will just to believe how I want to believe. And because of that, I've just followed my path and I still, form my beliefs. And I just haven't found the need to claim a religion. But um, I do love scripture. What is your favorite scripture? Right now, I love the book of Job. That's what I'm in right now, is the book of Job. And also I'm reading another book right now, about the strong Saint Abba Moses. And Abba Moses was an Ethiopian monk who was a criminal and then became like a saint, became like a monk, like somebody who was really in his divinity and in his strength. So this is one of the books I'm reading right now. And it's a beautiful story about repentance and just resilience and like how anybody can transform their life. Abba Moses, he was I believe he was a Christian Ethiopian monk. Did your heart get broken? Oh yeah, I've had my heart broken. I've had my heart broken for sure. Do you use an e-reader for reading? So I just got this iPad, so I'm now using Kindle. And what I like to do is while I'm reading, I like to I like to also take notes. So I'll go like this and I'll basically do this. So I'll be reading. Usually I'll just make that bigger. As I'm reading, if I find something important, I'll take a note. For me, my memory isn't the greatest, and not in like a negative way. It's just I think I'm pretty present, so I just forget things a lot. So when I'm reading things, I like to save a lot of the stuff so I can study, or else I just won't remember. So these are like my notes right here on this Abba Moses book. You know, as you can see, I just do it all on my iPad, and I could go and refresh through them, and it's just a great way for me to like have a summary of a book. Before I would just read books, and then I would read a whole book, and then I'd be like, I don't remember anything. You know what I'm saying? Like it's almost like the reading was a distraction in itself. So I find like too much information isn't good. It takes time to actually process what we're reading. It actually takes time to process. You know, if you listen to like 5 podcasts in a day, watch all these YouTube videos, and then you're reading all these books, it's a lot of information. You know, that's why I don't like the productivity gurus who, you know, try to teach how you can read 2 books a week. And I'm like, I don't even want that much information in my mind. You understand? That much information is going to take me away from myself, taking me away from having a good conversation with myself. I need space within myself as well. So I don't overdo it, you know? Oh, this song's a big vibe right now. Yeah, I say cha. A lot of people think I say cha, but apparently cha means something else. I know cha means like a chai, but I'm saying God. When I say ja, I'm saying God. I say powered by God. You understand? Because I believe we are all powered by the Most High, and I think you should give it up always and be in gratitude for the fact that we have breath. You know, the fact that we have spirit. Link up when you come back to JA. I can't wait to come back to JA, but you know, I just went to Calgary and the travel experience was so horrible. I literally don't plan on hopping on a plane for like another year. I don't like traveling during all this like global pandemic mess. So I'm staying in Vancouver. I ain't going anywhere for a while, even though I miss Jamaica. Chai in Portugal means tea. Yeah, well, chai in India also means tea, like chai. I felt I fell into information overload not long ago, reading books, listening to podcasts, watching YouTube videos. It was just too much every day. It can be. And the crazy thing is, you can like be consuming so much good content, you know, like powerful books, powerful podcasts, you know, videos on like productivity, and that you feel like you're being like a human being and you're accomplishing things. But I think that could be really counter reactive. It can be very counterintuitive to what we really need to be doing. So I try to ask myself, how much information do I really need on the weekly basis? Like, what do I want to learn about? And most of the things I talk about come from deep reflection. Most of the things that talk about come from deep reflection. I learn more about reading. I mean, I learn more about life through silence, like just sitting and thinking or observing, than I do in reading. I love reading, but I actually learn more from just like spending time with myself and like, you know, being in meditation, being in that prayer, and just making sure I have space within my mind, my spirit to reflect. He is saying Ja. Yeah, Ja. Yeah. I thought you were saying Ja. Yeah, I am saying Jah. Louis Rastafari, for sure. But Jah means God. You know what I'm saying? And I love how like people message me all the time and say Jah. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really like everyone feels comfortable just expressing themselves. So what do you think about yoga? Yoga was really important in one point in my life. Right when I started to grow my hair, I came out of a breakup. You know, I wasn't happy with who I was in life, and I started to go to yoga. And I remember I loved it, and I went every day. I went 5 days a week, and it was so healing. And the teacher I had at the time, the instructor, she was like so aligned with like everything I was going through in life that she would say the perfect thing at the right moment, and it would just like fuel me to another level. Um, so I love yoga. I haven't done yoga in like a long time. I'm not even gonna lie. It's probably been like 3 years. But at one point it really helped me. When is your tea coming? Yeah, I've been working on that for a while. Like I didn't realize how hard it was to put together. I didn't want to like stop making content just to get the tea up, but I have like a small team helping me right now. So I'm hoping that will be out very soon. The original plan was by Christmas, so we're still trying to see if we can pull that off. But the affirmation cards are definitely coming really soon. Like I said, we have the illustrator working on those. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be really good. It's going to be really dope. So anybody can buy those affirmation cards. Obviously I'm going to be having those in the videos. I'm really excited about the affirmation cards. I'm really excited about the illustrator and like, just combining these like sayings and these affirmations and these quotes from the podcast and bringing them to illustrations. And then people can have that for themselves in the mornings. You can do it whenever to remind yourself, you know, we'll make it like a ritual. If I make a video like that, you can pull out the cards yourself. I think it's really going to be like, I think the cards, I'm going to be really happy when the cards come out. That's going to be like a physical, tangible thing. And I don't know, I'm excited for it. I started drinking tea because of you. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? We need more tea drinkers. We need more tea drinkers. Hey, shout out to Andrea Clan from Vancouver. I'm in Vancouver too. We in the same place. That's what's up. You mentioned before that in your earlier videos you were trying to be something you weren't. I watched some of your older videos and I was curious what you meant by that. I'm more mean like back when I was like in a different industry, not when I was doing YouTube videos. It's not necessarily I was trying to be something I wasn't. I just wasn't fully present in who I was and completely stepping in my truth. But that takes a process. But before, like when I used to shoot music videos and stuff, like my goal was to be like the biggest music video producer. And I was in environments and, doing things that wasn't aligned with my true self. But ever since I came to YouTube, that's like really was when I like stepped onto the journey. Even from my first video to like my last video that I just posted. Like the first video on my YouTube is just like a little music video cut of like videos I did with myself, and it's a really dark aesthetic. And that video is kind of like me, like, kind of saying goodbye to like a part of me and stepping into the light. And then from there you can see the transition. Have you ever tried internal food grade? No, I've never done that. I've never done that. Do you drink cacao? Yeah, I do. I have cacao from St. Lucia. I use it quite often. I love cacao. Love it, love it, love it. Brother, do you ever paint? No, but I actually been thinking about it. I was watching a Bob Ross documentary and I was like, yo, painting looks like a vibe. I'm not really good at like drawing people or anything, but I think I could do really well with like meshing colors and things like that. What do you think is the most difficult part of your journey? Taking time to focus on your own light and being what do you think is the most difficult part of your journey? Taking time to focus on your own light and the best version of yourself consistently. What do you think? I'm trying to understand the question. I think I'm reading it wrong in my mind. What do you think is the most difficult part of your journey? Taking time to focus on your own light and the best version of yourself consistently. I'm trying to understand that. I feel like I'm not quite understanding the question, but I want to answer it. I think the most difficult part of the journey is just always making sure that you're like on your own pace and you're not allowing the world to determine your pace, because sometimes the world will put you in a rush and you'll be moving off a rhythm that's not even for you. You'll be moving on a rhythm that's not even for you. So I always have to question, like, am I in my pace, or am I allowing the world to determine my pace? That can happen with content creation and stuff, because like the algorithm really wants to turn your spirit into a slave shop. Like that's what the algorithm wants to do. Wants to turn your spirit into a slave shop. If you watch a lot of YouTubers, lots of YouTubers talk about how stressful the analytics are. I don't even look at the analytics anymore. I literally stopped looking at them. I only read the comments. I don't look at my analytics, because it will put you in a pace that's not even right for you. So for me, one of the hardest parts of the journey is just making sure I'm aligned in my own pace and I'm doing things for the right reasons. I always come back to the center place. I'm actually posting a video maybe tomorrow or the next day it's done, um, about like how I approach, business mindfully, and approach content creation mindfully, and stay spiritually rooted while making money and working with brands, but staying spiritually aligned. Because to me, that's most important. You don't want to gain the world and lose your soul. But at the same time, I'm gonna talk about this in the video, but since y'all are with me, I'll kind of give you a breakdown of what the video is about. Same time, a lot of people like think like a spiritual individual, if they're online, doing things, that they shouldn't make money. And that's ridiculous as well, right? Like people will be like, oh, you're a sellout. That's ridiculous as well. So in this video, I really break down how, I do like I also just did that collaboration. I'm on Sirius XM now with TikTok, and like with TikTok on Sirius, and I have obviously a lot of other things going on. But I always say like my credentials is in my spirit. I truly believe in that. Like I don't get hyped off of brands at all. Like at all. If anyone ever has the opportunity to talk to any of my friends, they will tell you Heinz does not care about what is on his resume. I gauge success by the effect I have on people. So what I do, instead of looking at my analytics, did you like my podcast? I wasn't even aware of my numbers and how well it was doing because I never looked. I go to my DMs and I look at my what people are saying to me. I look at the messages I am getting. I look at the content of the messages in the comment section on my videos, and that's how I gauge my success. Not necessarily by how much money I make or by the views, but it's very important if you're also, a content creator or whatever you do, a spiritual individual, that you make money so you can continue to do the things that you do. For me, money is a tool to grow. It's not the goal, but I'm definitely trying to maximize my profits so I can build my team and bring a message to the masses. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I stay spiritually aligned in it all. But I got a video coming out on it. I kind of told y'all like the thesis of it. I think y'all should like it. But I think it's really important because a lot of people, especially on YouTube, they get really caught up in the money. Because on YouTube, you can go from just like, having your regular job to like then making tons of money on YouTube. And that can actually unroot you. That could be a curse in some people's lives. And then they get attached to that. And then the things they create is solely for the money. So they're only doing topics where they know are going to like get big views and things like that. And then they get in a fear-based pace. That's why I said it's really important that you're moving on your own pace. That's why I decided I check my analytics once a month. Once a month. Some people check their analytics 5 times a day. I don't want to be in that state of mind. I know as long as I am working hard and I'm trying my best, I will be successful. And the effect I have on people, that's what is most important to me. But to continue to have an effect on people, we also have to make money to keep it in motion, right? So like I actually want to do more videos on like, being a mindful content creator, and navigating business, because it's like it's an amazing world. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to continue to do a lot of things, and there's a way to do it mindfully. And I just want to be able to talk about those things. Advice for someone anxious about health issues. I mean, our health is our wealth, right? So I understand if there's health issues, why you could be worried. About 2 months ago, I had a health scare. I was getting headaches for like 6 months, and it got to the point where I was just like living with it. And then I realized like I wasn't breathing well in my sleep, and I had a lot of blockage. And then when I was researching it, I thought I had these things that were like non-cancerous tumors because I could see them in my nose, and I was like tripping. I like thought I had like some sort of tumor. Luckily, I went to the doctor. It wasn't that, and I just had to completely clean my diet up again and like nothing processed, no sugars again, and it really cleared up my sinuses and I was breathing better. The headaches went away, but during that time, I felt like I wasn't gonna last long. I did not feel good at all. So I can understand little health scares and it being having anxiety over it. But I've also watched stories of people who have had like cancer and things like that, and how that shaped and changed their life because they took their health seriously because they saw how beautiful it is to live. And once they got sick, they're like, I don't want to be sick anymore. So for me, if I had like a health scare again or anything, I would really question, how am I living? Let's get healthy, because the most important thing is our health. That is our wealth. You understand? And sometimes those little things can be opportunities to make sure that you are prioritizing your health. I mean, we can't do nothing without health. You understand? We can't do nothing without our breath. It don't matter how much money you got if you can't if you don't feel good, right? If you don't have the energy to move, if you can't breathe. Oh yeah, I love that song. That I'm a piano tune. It's a big tune. Uh, I'm playing these ones right now because I don't think these ones are gonna get flagged by YouTube. Ever consider Patreon? Yeah, so I'm launching a Patreon. Patreon actually hit me up, so I've been talking to them through email, and they've been helping me with navigating how I want to launch the Patreon. I just didn't want to launch it without knowing exactly what I wanted to kind of do over there before saying like, "Hey, come subscribe to Patreon." I really want to make sure I'm making it something that's going to be of such an extra value for people, especially since they're going to be paying. So before I launched that, I was just making sure like, what do I want to do over there? How do I want to form that community? And my goal is to have that up by like November, December. Yeah, I actually thought about doing a video about my hair journey. About just a couple of days ago, I thought about that. So it's a great idea. It's definitely be a video of more like a self-love journey, aligned with the hair, because my hair was actually also a reflection of like loving myself and being comfortable with the awkward phases, because while you're growing dreadlocks, there's so many uncomfortable stages and like uncertainty, and you don't know if it's going to look good, and then you reach a length you like, and then you're like, I like it, and then it grows, it keeps growing, and then you're like, I don't like it anymore. And then in the beginning, I used to always tie my hair up so I felt like I could blend into situations and not like stick out, because I felt like I was still a little bit in a corporate world. And then one day I just said, I'm just going to be me, you know what I'm saying? And I just, let my locks be. And it was really like a self-love journey. Did you used to live in South Africa? No, never. I've never been in South Africa, but like just like spiritually, I just feel like connected to South Africa, especially through the music, but like the people I come across online as well. There's something about South Africa. South Africa I just love. So I definitely want to come out there one day. I've been to Brazil. I've been to Brazil before. Brazil's a big vibe. Brazil's a big vibe. Ooh, can't do that one. If you could teach the entire world just one concept, what would it be? Well, I think I'm doing that already, and that would be our highest form of nutrition is in our expression. I think the highest form of feeding ourselves and feeding the world is by expressing who we truly are. Um, and that's what I always say. And then the next one would be our credentials are in our spirit, because I feel like we live in a society that is so addicted to like numbers and money and like titles, and like everyone has become like an idol, and like they place their value on things, and like I just always say our credentials are in our spirit. You are valuable because of your character, because of your strength, because of your love, because of your compassion, because of the way you're able to treat your neighbor. Those are the true gifts, the inner treasures. Everything else is the icing on top. And I just truly believe that. And as I grow in this industry and as I do bigger things, I'm gonna continue to say that. Like, I will never have in my Instagram bio, like something I did. It's just not who I am. My Instagram bio says my credentials is in my spirit. You know, when I do like a TED talk or have like a New York Times bestseller book, it's not going to be in my Instagram bio. Not because I'm not proud of those things, but just because that's just something I really stand by. You understand? Because what I've learned in life, it's like it's human nature to always want more. So as soon as you accomplish one New York Times bestseller book or like one hit single, you want another one. Same thing with YouTube. You post a YouTube video and you get a million views, and then half the time you're trying to chase that feeling again to get another video with a million views. And then when your videos don't get a million views, now you're thinking you're not doing well instead of just being grateful for the fact that you had a video with millions and you still have videos that are performing and connecting with people. When you put your value in things and money and all those numbers, it's like a bottomless pit. You will fall and it will crush you, and I know that. So for me, I remind myself every single day my credentials is in my spirit. When I work, like, I talk to lots of agencies and stuff. There's like multiple agencies that want me on their like roster right now, and they'll ask me like, yo, what brands do you wish to work with? Like, who do you want to work with? And I'm like, I don't sit at home thinking like, oh my God, I want to work with brands. No, I think I sit at home thinking, how can I connect with my audience? How can I express myself more? How can I be a better version of myself? And if there's brands that resonate with what I do and they want to align with me, then we can do business. And as long as I align with them, cool, let's get it. But I'm not a creator who's like, oh my God, like, I just want to work with like this brand because it's gonna make me feel good about myself, or oh, I'm gonna do this because like people are gonna like, nah, I don't care. I really don't care. I do certain things because it's a part of the game and I want to share and I want to do business. I love doing business mindfully. It's something I'm really passionate about. And I love entertainment. I like what I like doing is I like going into industries and like places that I think have a lot of negativity. And I like going there and turning the light on because darkness is simply the absence of light. And often I find like spiritual individuals or mindful individuals stay away from like certain spaces. You can like say like Hollywood or things like that. But for me, I'm like, I like to go into spaces and turn the light on, because I know my credentials in my spirit and I know I'm aligned. So I know like money and like women and things like that aren't gonna like take me off my course. I feel like I've developed the discipline before to be able to do what I want to do now and be super aligned with it. And that's just being confident in who I am. I think if I was in the space I am in right now, like with the things I am doing like 10 years ago, it wouldn't be the same story. I would probably got caught up in some BS and whatnot, because back then I was more into like working with the right names to validate who I am. Now it's like, I really don't care about that stuff. I really don't care about that stuff. And people get surprised because I'll have like companies talking to me like, hey, like, which company do you want to work with? And I'm like, guess what? It's an opportunity for them to work with me. I don't care about that. We do business, we do things, but that's not where I put my value. I wish I could play some Bobby McFerrin right now. I love me some Bobby McFerrin. Love your channel, but I wonder, do you ever get bored talking to yourself? Will you be doing some podcasts soon? Um, I'm not talking to myself though. Like, I don't see myself talking to myself. I see myself talking to like the world or talking to one individual. So I don't get bored because I'm not talking to myself. I'm putting something out there. You know, and I'll bring people onto my podcast for conversations. A lot of people ask me to come on their podcast, but I just want to make sure I'm consistent in what I'm doing first. So like, I want to make sure I'm grounded before I overextend myself and start like doing podcasts with other people and stuff like that. Do you have any online courses yet? Actually, I have one coming up. I have a meeting about the logistics of that pretty soon. If that all goes well, that course would be out like in January. But my podcast, like I like the fact that it's just like me and the listeners. But what I will do is have longer episodes that has people on it because there are people I think that me and them could like have really good conversations with. But when I'm ready to do that, I'll do that. I'm still just like grounding myself and everything. Doing YouTube full time is actually really hard. And the fact is also because I just don't do YouTube, right? I'm also trying to do my podcast. I'm also trying to like make micro content. I'm also just trying to be a human being and live my life. I'm also trying to be a dad, not trying to be a dad, trying to be a better dad every single day. So I want to shout out Ante Panza. Thank you so much, Ante. Sorry if I pronounce your name wrong. I appreciate the donation very much so. Very much so. Where can I find the podcast? In all my videos, there's links to the podcast, or just type in hindsight on podcast platforms. It used to be every day, 5 days a week. It's been pretty inconsistent. I miss days here and there, but it will get back to being consistent. I've just been trying to navigate a lot. So, but the podcasts are on Spotify, they're on Apple, they're on Google. It's in a bunch of places. I am personally loving this iPad like so much. Why did it turn off though? Oh, there we go. What is the best way to express yourself? Whichever way you please. For me, it's through like my videos and my podcasts. Those are my mediums, those are my tools. But everybody has their own ways. So when I say express yourself, I'm not saying like do it in a certain way. I'm just doing whatever you feel it may be. It may just be like dancing in your kitchen tonight. You understand? Like, it could be going and just like expressing some laughs. It could be making some art. It could be coloring. It could be whatever it may be. What value creatively have you gotten out of your iPad so far? It's much more intuitive. So what I love about the iPad is like the computer is like you have to be at a desk. Your back is like this. You feel much more structured. I love how this feels like it's a part of me. Like it's just really more like an extension. And being able to play around and like do little design with the pen is really amazing. Or also like just like making quick beats and like sounds. So I got this one app that allows me just to like go through ideas really quickly. And I got to add sounds in there, but it works like really fast. It's this app right here. Let's see if I can do something right now. Just allows me to get ideas up very quickly. See, I gotta get some sounds in here. It's all these things that I don't even like. But the iPad for me lately, and also one of the big values has been writing and note taking. It's been a game changer for reading for me. I like this sound. Yeah, I just like the iPad. It's just really fun, you know. I have a MacBook Pro that I edit on. Oh, and also the iPad is served really good for a second monitor, so I use it for a second monitor when I'm editing, which is good because I have a 13-inch MacBook Pro, so it's pretty small. So now I use the iPad as a second screen, and it comes really, really in handy. It's so hard to find balance between creating, engaging, and disconnecting as a content creator. Yeah, it is hard to find balance, but over time, you'll just get better. You know what I'm saying? Like all that struggle is making you better. It's all about developing a process, seeing what works, what doesn't work. You know, um, that's why I still, for myself right now, I'm still learning my process with YouTube. Like there's so many things I want to do on my YouTube I haven't done yet. There's so many ideas I haven't done yet. There's like certain kind of edits I want to do that I haven't done yet. And it's just a struggle to try to figure out how to get that out, in the right time, staying consistent. It's all a struggle, but they're good problems, right? Please share the app for music you use. Oh, it's called Bloxwave. And basically this app allows you to like upload samples, or you can buy samples from them, but I have so many samples that I just put my own in. You can upload samples, and it's just like a quick way to make music. Super easy. Like this is like actually something I would just take. It's just a melodic and percussion sounds, and I would take this, I would airdrop it to my computer, and I would put this on my podcast while I'm talking. Um, Once I get more sounds in here, though, it's gonna be really dope, right? It's like a little UK house. There's so many sounds you have to go through, but when you have like a certain like collection of sounds you like, the process is a lot quicker, and you can just like bang something out. And then you can bring it into your computer and then like actually like edit it and like add your own sounds from the computer. So it's not bad. I just started playing with it. It's called Bloxwave. Oh, I like this sound. Actually, I'm gonna use this for my YouTube videos. Ooh, yeah, I like it. I don't know. I've always liked making music. The problem was once I started making videos like I was better at making videos, I think, than I was making music naturally. I never went and learned an instrument. It was probably one of my biggest disappointments. I never went and actually learned an instrument because I have a great ear, and I hear music, and I know what has to happen, what has to go. I know how to arrange. I hear a sample, I know how to flip it. Because of the computer, I can make music. If it wasn't for computers, I wouldn't be able to make music. But my goal is to like learn an instrument next, not just to like be able to like get lost in a new process. Um, I would love I would love to do that. Are you still open to producing for a major artist? Um, One of my friends is coming back from Japan in October, so we're gonna like work on like a project. I think that would be fun. I'm really actually trying to like. That's why I have on my schedule every morning to work on music, because I know my YouTube channel will get better when I start making more music, because I have ideas from when I make music. My ideas flow a lot better when I'm making music, and I can like create the vibe exactly that I want. But just because I've been focused on just trying to stay consistent, I haven't been able to like do the exact things I want to do. Kalimba handpan, yeah. So kalimbas and handpans are like my favorite. West African percussion, all that type of stuff is like my favorite. I have so many samples that I've downloaded. Hi, I've been your follower for some time. I was in the new age, but Jesus is the true way. Shout out to Yeshua. I don't really use the name Jesus. I like to refer to Jesus as his Hebrew name, Yeshua. You understand? But I love Christ. So people always seem to think that they come like people who are Christian will come to my YouTube channel. and always comment thinking that I don't know anything about scripture because they see me as like a new age person when really I read the Bible every single day. Um, and they never hear the hints when I say Yeshua and stuff. But love to everybody. Somebody says your energy is off. I don't like when people do that. Sometimes when people are like, I feel like you're sad right now. Like something's off right now with you. It's like if you just walked up to somebody in the streets and said, yo, I don't know what it is, but something ain't right with you right now. It's like, it's so disrespectful. I know people just mean it. I mean, I know people mean it in like a caring way, but I've had people do that before. They're like, ah, your energy ain't right now. I'm like, leave my energy alone. Do you smoke weed? No, I don't smoke weed. When I stopped, I just stopped. I just said I don't want to smoke no more. You know, I realized I felt better without, and I realized I was only smoking out of habit. And I also had like a revelation one day. I remember like 8 years ago, I had this like this thing popped into my head, and it just told me that marijuana was going to be a problem one day in the future. And I didn't know what it meant. I just heard that, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna stop. And I just think, I don't even think like weed is really weed anymore. Like it's so strong, and like, people like then move to the concentrates, and then they get built such a tolerance, and they're smoking all the time. Yo, shout out piano to the world, piano to the world, piano to the world. Us Pisces are so misunderstood, unfortunately. Oh yeah, for sure. It's so funny. Like my whole life, people have always told me, like when they see me in public, before like even I had a YouTube presence, just in my city, people will always think I'm like mad, or they were intimidated by me. People were like, I was so scared to walk up to you and talk to you, because people just cannot read me in real life. Obviously on video, I'm talking to y'all, so I'm very direct, and like, we're in energy. But in life, when I'm walking around, I have like a resting face that just looks like I'm not having it for the day. So people will think I'm mad, but I'm like really smiling in spirit. I always say I have an upside down smile. Drake called for the Heinz and 40 production collab. You gonna do it? Well, I love Drake. You know what I'm saying? Drake has inspired me since he's come out. I've been listening to Drake before he blew up. You know what I'm saying? So that would be amazing. I don't feel like Drake and 40 is doing that, but hey, maybe, you never know. Maybe one day that happens. Do you know Kemet, ancient Egypt? Yeah, I studied Kemet. Do you miss those smoking days? I don't miss them, but you know what I do miss is like I was thinking about it the other day. Like I remember when I first started back in the day, and like I would listen to like Bone Thugs and Harmony or Do or Die or Twista, and like just like being with my boys, just like no care in the world. Like I kind of miss that stuff. It's nostalgic, but I wouldn't want to do it now. I just when I have the memories, I was like, yeah, that was fun. That was fun. Thoughts on Donda? Um, Everything I heard so far from Donda, I really liked. I didn't listen to the full project though. I'm a Kanye fan though, so I supported Kanye through all the mess. When everybody was like, I hate him because of his political beliefs and all that, I didn't even pay attention. I was just like, you know what? He's really inspired me so many times creative wise, that like, I'm just gonna rock with him. You don't smoke on occasion? No, I don't smoke on occasion. I'm not a smoker. I'm not a smoker anymore. Do you believe in therapy? Yeah, for sure, man. I'm an advocate for therapy. Um, I'm still looking. I'm one day I'll definitely be getting. I'll get a therapist. I want someone I can go to like in person. Do you separate his art from the artist? Yeah, I do. You know, it depends. It depends. You know what I'm saying? My thing is, I'm not transactional. If someone has inspired me a lot and like had brought value to my life, just because they do one thing I don't agree with or a couple of things doesn't mean I'm hopping off the wagon. I like to show grace and just say, hey, you know, not sure what they're going through right now, or maybe we don't align on this, but hey, hopefully, they evolve and, if they're not in their center, hopefully they come to their center. I don't believe in just like throwing rocks at people because we disagree with them. I'm just not into that. I think we do that way too much in society. And every time somebody throws a rock at somebody or is just quick to judge, they forget about the things they've done themselves. Most of us have lied within the last 3 weeks. You know, no sin is greater than another sin, really. So like, I just don't like the whole. I think we had to keep people accountable. Keeping people accountable is important, but society right now, the whole cancel culture and everything like that, I don't fully agree with it because people are just looking for someone to take down, and like we're not having like real, open, honest discussions. So when people were mad at Kanye, like whenever that was like years ago, I'm like, I don't know what he's going through right now. I don't know what he was going through. Like he said he was on medications. He said he was going like there's a lot of things going on in his life. I'm not gonna throw another rock at that man when that man has literally like 8 years before that inspired me so many times. I'm sure there was times where I was laying in my bed uninspired or sad about my own life. And like he said something that just sparked me and got me back up. So I'm not here to tear another man down. I just, offer grace, pray for him and whatnot. But he continues to inspire me. So I'll have to go back and listen to the new album. I listened to a couple songs, and what I heard, I was liking it. Yes, it is like a witch hunt these days. It's very dangerous, to be honest. Like, I don't talk a lot about society, but I have a lot of opinions. Just because I don't even think we're in this space right now as as society where we are open to listening to other opinions or having like a sound mind. It's like everyone is so addicted to outrage. Everyone is so addicted to being right that we're just trying to tear people down left, right, and center. Like society is on a very tricky. I think we're going downhill, but I'm here for the rebuild. You understand? I'm here for the rebuild. Advice on financially struggling as a full-time student: sacrifice my social life to cut spending, but still not enough. Yeah, I mean, at least you've made some sacrifices and you just have to continue to work hard. Like I spent majority of my life broke, just to be honest, because I was always like working on my dreams. I didn't have a full-time job. I was like, freelancing, and I just, I never had like a consistent 2 week check. But I just remained faith, worked hard. It does take sacrifice. I sacrificed a lot, you know, like I didn't go out with my friends all the time and do those type of things. I stayed focused, but it's paying off now. So if you have a vision, or you're in school and you got something you're working towards, just continue to do what you're doing. Be mindful of your spending. If you do have extra energy and there's other ways to make money, do so. But at the end of the day, regardless, if you continue to work hard, your finances will grow. You know what I'm saying? It will get better. That's just what happens. Is there a food you miss before you went vegan? I'm not vegan though. I don't do dietary labels. Um, I don't do dietary labels. Um, I'm not gonna lie though, I do miss chicken wings. Like I haven't eaten chicken wings in like 9 years. No, no, not 9 years, like 7 years. But like I used to love hot wings. Sometimes I miss hot wings, I'm not gonna lie. But I don't eat chicken. I'm not gonna lie. Like here's the thing, right? Like um, advice on gaining weight. I am not the person to give advice on gaining weight. Have y'all not seen me? Like y'all ask me for advice for anything. I am not the one to give advice for gaining weight. You know what I'm saying? I've been thin my whole life. I could eat so much and still stay lean. That's so funny. Yeah, someone else asked me advice on calories. Again, I'm not the guy. Don't ask me about calories. Count colors, not calories. Um, I'm not the guy for that. Well, you feel good sounds like Gia. Oh no, it's Ja. It's Ja, Pamela, which means God. Are you against smoking weed? No, not at all. It's just for myself. It doesn't resonate for me. You know, pretty much everybody I know smokes. It's just not for me anymore. You know, other people it's of great value, but for myself, no more value. Can you tell us more about what you learned on Kemet ancient Egypt? I studied that stuff a long time ago. My boy, if you want to go check out his channel, Akeem, he's big into Kemet, ancient Egypt. So you know, check him out on that. I don't like the spamming though. If people have to spam the same comment, I'm gonna have to like put a little block. Not cha, it's like ja, like with a J, with a J. You're definitely a Pisces sun. I'm a Pisces sun and a Virgo moon. If you want to gain weight, drink beer. No, I don't like beer. I'm not drinking beer. I don't drink alcohol. I don't want to gain weight like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm more focused on strength. You know, anytime in the past where I wanted to gain weight and I just like go eat tons and do whatever, like I always got really sick. You know what I'm saying? So it's just I feel like we live in a society that is like obsessed with like being thick. You know, everybody wants to be bigger, and people are. I know so many people who like they'll be like Toonie Tuesday and they'll go eat so much KFC or go like eat burgers at like Wendy's just so they can get their gains in. And to me, I'm like, it doesn't make sense. Like I understand like the aesthetic of like wanting to have a certain image, but if you're gonna sacrifice like your health at the same time, that seems like hustling backwards. You know what I'm saying? Um, so I really think like the whole like get thick in society thing can be dangerous because I watched a thing on YouTube. There's so many girls and people on YouTube who are drinking these drinks that are like not supposed to be drinking. They're like an allergy medicine and it makes you gain weight with makes you gain weight like ridiculous weight really fast. And I don't know, it seems dangerous. 6 months, no beef, no pork. Yeah. I never really liked pork to be honest. Just because I grew up, my family, especially like my dad and like grandma and stuff, always just like, taught me that pork wasn't good. So I never grew up really like liking pork. Um, it's also like pretty much like every main religion doesn't eat pork either. I've seen a couple people get shocked, or when I said I'm not vegan, people are like, "What?" I just don't do dietary food labels. I think they could be very dangerous. I think a vegan is somebody who doesn't eat animal products for the sake of animals, right? When I stopped eating animal products, it was more of a health decision. It wasn't an animal activist decision. I definitely didn't like. I definitely wasn't in agreement with factory farming. You know, when I watched those documentaries, I was like, "This is horrible," and I don't want to take part in that, right? But my transition to like more of a plant based lifestyle. And especially when I went raw food, it wasn't because it wasn't an animal activist decision. It was a health decision. You know, that's why I did that. So I've never labeled myself as a vegan because I know real vegans, and those vegans are really passionate about, the liberation of animals all over the planet. Not saying I don't care, but that's just not my cause that I feel super attached to, right? So I don't label myself as a vegan. And I think the label can really restrict people, because I know people who were vegan and they felt so restricted, and then like when they started, like maybe they started eating some eggs again, they felt so ashamed to tell people, when really I'm like, yo, you're eating an egg, like live your life, but because of that label, people just felt restricted. So for me, I say food is food. You know what I'm saying? Like I eat different in different seasons depending on where I am in the world, right? Do you drink normal milk? No, I do not drink milk. I don't drink milk. And I really stopped drinking a lot of the plant-based milks as well, because I realized a lot of them just had sugar and stuff in it as well. Like I love oat milk, but I actually feel better not drinking it. But I don't drink regular milk either. I've never been big on milk. I've never been big on milk. For me, it's like I think everybody's different, right? Like we all have our own bodies. We all react differently. I'm allergic to nuts. If I eat a cashew, I'll die. I could die. Someone else can eat cashews every single day. Like we are all so different. And it's not, one diet doesn't fit all. You know what I'm saying? One diet does not fit all. Yeah, sincerely, Key, I agree with you. People have a hard time because they feel like there has to be a label to their faith, but you could be a follower of Yeshua, simply a child of him. I love how you put it. How is the radio channel doing? I actually haven't heard it yet. I've been recording it, but I haven't heard it back yet. Um, I talk about this in one of my upcoming videos. So, like, one of the main selling points for me doing the TikTok radio thing, because I actually questioned doing it. I wasn't sure if I wanted to at first, because I thought it might take time away from my podcast. And I also thought, I'm like, is it aligned? But they told me that they wanted me to do exactly what I already do. So I actually get to like bring value and like my affirmations to the radio, which I thought was cool. So I'm like, I get to come in between like these big, trending songs and bring a little bit of light. And I thought about the individual, driving to work or from work in traffic, stressed out, listening to the radio. And then like my voice comes in soft spoken and reminds them that their presence has purpose. And when I thought about that opportunity, I was like, oh, okay, let's do that. It's not like they asked me to come to the radio and like put on a radio voice and not like do something else. They're like, nah, like we love your tonality. We love what you already do. So we just want you to be you. You understand? So obviously there's certain songs I had to introduce, but I also get to say whatever I want to say. So I get to still bring affirmations, bring a little bit of light to the radio, and it seemed like an amazing opportunity. So it's cool. I actually had to record some stuff for it after this live stream, but we doing things. Do you diet or count calories? The only time I count calories is to make sure that I'm eating enough calories. Um, you know what I'm saying? But everyone's different. I had a friend that once said, count colors, not calories, which was the concept of count colors, like how colorful are your foods? Because if you're getting your green foods, your yellow foods, your red foods, the purple, the beets, everything, then you're like eating really well because you're getting the full spectrum of nutrition. So that's actually something I like to pay attention to. It's like how colorful is my dish? You know, the diversity in the foods that I am eating, and not so much focused on the calories. And it also depends on like the day. If I'm very just sitting in my chair all day, obviously I'm not burning a lot of calories that day. But if I go to the park and work out, I like to go to the park and do like calisthenics, stuff like that, or go run, then, I should be eating more calories that day, making sure I'm in a surplus or whatnot. But at the same time, I am not the calorie guru. Again, I have been thin my whole life and I like how I am, to be honest. I love how clothes sit on me. You know what I'm saying? And my metabolism is so fast. I know by the time I'm in my like 40s, I'm gonna be like I'm gonna be looking good in my 40s. I'd rather eat less than overeat. Yeah, I agree with you, to be honest. That's kind of the way I go. I just don't like to talk about that vocally because I know some people have under eating problems for other reasons. But I have more energy when I'm not eating way too much. I don't really like heavy foods. If I eat heavy foods, I like to eat those around lunch, but not later in the day. I feel bad because I don't resonate with society. I crave the authentic parts of you. Trust me, I don't resonate with society either. Like I said, yeah, I do listen to Janaika. I said society is weird right now. The whole state of the world is weird right now. You know, I find myself not agreeing with a lot of people on a lot of things. How about more decoration videos? Yeah, my house is like still pretty empty. Ordering furniture on the internet takes so long. So the reason why I haven't done any videos like that is because like I got my couch and that's pretty much it. You know, I furnished my daughter's bedroom, but the rest of the house is pretty empty. But my goal is to try to have it pretty much all furnished by like mid October. So I just ordered a new dining room table a couple nights ago, and then I definitely want to get into those videos. Like there's so many types of videos I haven't even done yet. Like half the time, I'm not even like happy with my output because I'm not doing like everything that I want to do. But that's the struggle of being a content creator is like you're always beating yourself up. But like y'all are so supportive in the comment section. After I beat myself up, I look at the comments and I'm like, oh, y'all showing so much love. Yeah, I'm all right with not I'm all right with not agreeing with everybody. You know, I've always kind of been like an individual and didn't relate with lots of people. So even when I find myself not agreeing with like a lot of the ways that society is going, you know, it's worrisome because I'm like, you know, this is where I live. But I also have been really thinking about where I'm going to live in the world because I don't think I want to live in Canada in 5 years from now. I do not see myself living in Canada long term anymore. I just don't think I agree with like a lot of the ways, you know, society is moving. So always gonna have one foot here, you know, probably on the island out here, but I definitely want to be rooted somewhere else as well. I'd love to spend half the year somewhere hot. Canada is getting real scary. Yeah, Canada is a mess right now. Canada is a mess right now. Yeah, I'm born in Canada. You know, so I've been on the West Coast like my whole life pretty much. I was born in Alberta and now I'm in BC. Of course, I mean, of course lots of people would love to like be living in Canada, you know what I'm saying? But like I'm just thinking long term. I just don't think like the direction is going really well. And I think it's unsustainable, right? Like you could barely even buy a house anymore. The prices for houses are ridiculous. You know, like the opportunities for younger people to buy a house is like so slim and it's just going to get worse. You know, I'd rather like invest somewhere in the world where I could actually like, you know, get some land and build and whatnot. You know, I love Jamaica, but I don't think I would live in Jamaica because I don't know if Jamaica has the greatest features as well. I mean, at least Africa is such a big continent that you can move around, and like Africa is definitely somewhere I'd be interested in. But that's like, you know, that's a big culture move. You know, that's not something different. But off grid living is very appealing to me. You know, um, have you read the Celestine Prophecy? Yeah, I actually have that book. My mom gave it to me. I didn't completely finish it, but I have it, and I have read parts of it, and it was I think what I read I was enjoying. It's been a while. Yeah, Canada is scary now. So Danielle, I do agree with you. Um, I do agree with you. Ghana, yeah, Ghana is actually somewhere that I'm constantly like looking into. Um, what I love is there's so many YouTubers that have moved to Ghana and set up like a life there, bought land and just like did it, and grow their own food now. And they came from America, they came from Italy. There's a lot of different places. I'm always trying to think of alternative ways to live because I just think like in America, at least in Canada, like in these Western wealthy nations, like I just feel like it's not sustainable. I feel like it's going to burn out. Like there's just too much debt. Things are too expensive. It's too fast. Society, I think, is losing its morals, it's losing its values. I hate to talk about such negative stuff, but it's just what I believe. Do I have hope? Yeah, of course. You understand? I believe we are the light that will turn on the darkness, that turn on in the dark. But at the same time, I just think it's going down a slippery slope. And I think what's going to happen is going to happen. And I think some not so great things are going to happen, unfortunately. Aki and Selfish came from Ghana. Yeah, so Ghana and Jamaica got crazy ties. So what I actually wanted to do was Ghana and Jamaica can travel freely together, I think. I'm not sure. Just bought 5 acres to start. Oh wow, amazing. Danielle's on her sovereignty. I like it. I like it. That's my plan. My plan is to buy land. My plan is to buy land. What is your problem with Canada? I think Canada is losing itself. I think it's way too politicized. They politicize everything. There's way too much division. I just don't agree with a lot of the things. And I also just don't even agree with the school systems, things that the way the schools are teaching kids. I have a kid in the school system, so I see what's going on, and I'm just not in full agreement with it. You know, I think I think we live in a world where everybody wants to appease to everybody, and because of that, we don't stand in any truth. Oh my God, my dreadlock. Ghana is becoming expensive. Oh no. A collapse is happening, and it is, yeah. See, Spirit, the human form, said it perfectly. A collapse is happening, and it's happening within. I actually feel like that. I feel like society is like rotting from the inside. Yeah. To be honest, obviously, if I had another kid now, I probably would find alternative way of schooling. Um, but obviously, like my child's already been in public school. We're already in the system, so got a few years left. Might as well just continue to do what we're doing, unless unless we have to leave to Africa sooner than planned or wherever. Costa Rica sounds like a vibe too. I'll be looking at houses in Costa Rica as well. Yeah. But I think, over the last year and a half, like one of the main questions that people should have been asking themselves is like, how do I want to live my life? How do I truly want to live? What is sustainable? What's important to me? What are my values? What are my morals? You understand? Um, those are big questions, and I ask myself that every single day lately. What's important to you? And just like making a plan. Yeah, I heard Brazil. My prayers are with you. You know, Junior. I heard Brazil's crazy too. It's really crazy everywhere in the world right now. That's the wild part. I know. Those who have eyes will see. Those who have ears, let them hear. Yeah, to be honest, like to me, school is really about the socializing. That's the most like right now. I mean, public schools to me are like really like good just because of the socializing and stuff like that. But like the actual curriculums have gone downhill. Yeah, I heard Australia is not doing too well. So anybody in Australia, I send my love because I'm not sure exactly what's happening over there, But I just see some things on the Twitter timeline and I'm like, whoa, whoa. Um, it's unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate. That's why it's like these days it's so important that we ground ourselves. Like it's so easy to get lost in the sauce every single day. Every single day there's something to worry about. Every single day you wake up and there's a new thing. And it's like exhausting. It's like we haven't had a break in like 2 years. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't even seem like there's going to be a break. That's why, I just try to create these spaces online where we can have a moment, to come back to the present self. But it's hard. I really think though it's like really important that like we do the best we can to, save our money and just to educate ourselves and like to ask those questions like how do I truly want to live and what do I agree with, what do I don't agree with, and have faith and have community, people you can talk to. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple people I could talk to that, I just get to relieve all that stress and those worries. Yo, thank you. Thank you so much, Top Q. Congratulations on graduating. Graduated in 2020. I haven't had social life since. I see people I knew out and living, and I'm getting fear of missing out. I don't know how to rebuild anymore. I think that's the thing that a lot of people are feeling. Um, my social life hasn't been big either, and I'm like, I'll be honest. Like I see like a lot of people I know, they're like in the clubs and they're doing all these things. I'm like, I'm not even comfortable. I'm not even comfortable with like going back into like big events and stuff. I'm just not. You know what I'm saying? I keep to myself. To me, I'm really focused on like building and making sure I'm secure. I think, securing yourself, your mind, body, and spirit is the most important thing. Invest in your health, invest in your education of your mind, invest in like your meditation, save your money. Even if you only can save $20 a month, save it. Get in the habit of saving. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really think it's important that we secure ourselves and we're not at the mercy of whatever. So, right now, I'm not really focused on too much socializing, but, once a week, my brother, me and him, we eat Ethiopian food once a week. We've been doing that for a year and a half. That's the most socializing I do. And that's always nourishing for me, So, even if you just have like one good friend, you know, through these times, that's enough. And then just root yourself. I literally see one person. Like I literally, I literally see like one friend over the past year and a half. Is like, and maybe like one or two other people here and there, but mainly I got like one friend that I see, and I'm good. You know. So shout out my brother. I see him in the chat right now. Trees stay rooted. Have you been to Mexico? Yeah, I've been to Mexico, but I had a bad experience in Mexico. Um, so and I haven't I haven't been back. Yeah, Sincerely Key is saying a bar. I like what Sincerely Cita said because she said things will never be the same. A shift has and is taking place. And when people talk about going back to normal, I'm like, there's a shift happening. Things have changed forever. You know? Do you ever get lonely? Ah, I kind of grew up like an only child, so being alone is like my default mode. Um, so no, I don't really ever really feel lonely. Just because I'm so used to it. So maybe I'm just always lonely and I don't even realize it. uh, how do you keep yourself motivated? Oh man, that could be hard sometimes. Some days I'm not motivated. I just really have to get into action. Um, but I've also, I have a habit of doing things for a very long time. So, I just structure my life. I remind myself of what I'm trying to do, the things that I am doing. I feel better when I'm in motion, but I also prioritize deep rest when needed. But, motivation is like, it's like a feeling and it's not there every day. It's actually maybe there like once or twice a week, you know. So It's more about taking action, which I know sounds cliche, but it's really just the truth. It's really just the truth. I mean, this world motivates me too. This world's so crazy. I'm like, it's feeling like the end times. I'm like, yo, let me situate myself. You know what I'm saying? We should just go like get like 500 acres of land and like start our own world. That sounds like way better. How can I send you some of my favorite loose leaf teas? Send me an email. It's in my descriptions. You can send me an email and then yeah, that works. It might actually be end times. Ray, I know. Shh. I wasn't really trying to go all the way there. You know what I'm saying? Sounds like Osho. Yeah, no, we're not gonna do no Osho stuff because Osho, they were turning up a little bit too much. The Osho documentary was crazy. You know, like maybe a similar idea of like the land and stuff and creating a new world, but they were doing some crazy things over there. It was a little bit too crazy. That Osho documentary was hands down one of the wildest documentaries I've ever seen in my life. I was like, how do you guys have all this footage? Do you feel the current world changes what the prophecies were telling? Yeah, like why did Osho have like 87 like Rolls Royces? Like it was insane. You know what I'm saying? Like at the same time, like I'm not somebody that says because you're spiritual you can't have material things. But Osho went like beyond having materials. Like you don't need 80 Rolls Royces. Like it was it was ridiculous. Now, the Osho documentary is on Netflix, but it's called something else. It's called like I forget what it is. Someone, if whoever remembers what the documentary is, drop it in the chat because this is hands down the craziest documentary ever. What do you order at the Ethiopian restaurant? We always get like the mushroom tibs and like the veggie platter, with the all tef injera, all tef. Got to keep it all tef. Got to keep it all tef. Wild, wild country. Yeah, it's wild. It's long too. So I think it takes like 10 hours or something to finish. You don't need 80 anything, Oh, so do you think we are doomed? Well, here's the problem. Like I like to focus on the light. I like to focus on the positive. Do I think we have some rough days ahead of us? I definitely do. I think we are in for a shitstorm. And I think it's really important that everybody really like focuses. I really do. But not like in a fear-based way, more like in a relentless, like revolutionary type of way, Like now more than ever should be a call to action to like live the life you truly want to live. But clearly the world is getting crazy. People are more divided than ever. You know, it doesn't seem like anything's going to change anything too. It seems like it's getting crazier. So I do think we're in for some rough times, but I do think it will get better at some point. But I don't know when that some point is. But we have to make it better. That's all I know. And like I said, you know, I don't see myself living in Canada in 5 years. You know, I think I think like the wealthy nations of the world, at least from what I'm seeing here in Canada and America, like it's really unsustainable. Like I just can't see how it's gonna last. Like the way we're going. I just don't see how it's gonna last. Heinz, do you know Sadhguru? Yeah, I used to love Sadhguru. So like when I first like started on my journey, I used to tune into Sadhguru a lot because I loved his comedic flair. You know what I'm saying? I think Sadhguru was a little bit of an inspiration on me because I loved how he was spiritual but funny. And I think like naturally, I just thought of this now. I think naturally because when I make content, I like to throw like comedic flares in there. I like to make it fun, but still very truthful. And I feel like Sadhguru, like he makes you laugh, but drops a bar on you as well. And I really appreciated that because Sadhguru before, everyone was like so serious. And like, I was like, why you gotta be so serious all the time? You know what I'm saying? Like people get so surprised when they meet me because they think I'm just gonna be like floating in the air. And I'm like, yo, yeah, I am like 90% spirit, 10% flesh, but you know what I'm saying? I'm still normal as well. Oh, thank you so much, Juliana. I appreciate that for that. Yeah, thank you for the love on that last video. That was really dope. Music I listen to is piano, reggae. I used to listen to like a lot of rap back in the day. To be honest, I don't really listen to that much rap anymore because I don't think they're saying anything, and it's just like repetitive and it all sounds the same. Like I heard like Bobby Shmurda put out a new song, and I'm like, Bobby, you just came out of jail, right? This guy was in jail for like so many years. You come out of jail, and his video, he's just got big guns and girls, and I'm like, we're not gonna evolve here. Like we're not gonna evolve a little bit. You're gonna come out just with big guns again. I'm like, I can't support it. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't support it. I just love people who like try to uplift people through their art. Not saying everything has to be so lovey-dovey, but I'm just not here for the negativity. It's like we don't need that. Like I just don't think we need that. Bobby needs to chill, you know. My favorite artists are like Bob Marley, Bobby McFerrin, because these guys are like really bringing a vibration into the world and like really changing your life through what they are doing, and that's harder. It's easier to entertain people. It's easier to like shock people with with trolling or like do really sexy things or like shock factor stuff. That's easy. You know what I'm saying? That's easy. But to uplift people's spirits, to me, that's more something I look towards when I see people doing that. And I don't know, maybe people feel uplifted by Bobby. And I'm not hating on Bobby. I'm glad he's out. But I didn't see it necessary for all the gimmicks. I don't like the gimmicks, you know what I'm saying? The reason why I'm not the biggest fan of Lil Nas X is just the gimmicks. I don't feel like he ever just drops music for the sake of dropping music. Like I don't feel like he loves music. To me, I feel like he loves the attention and creating outrage, right? And people buy into it on both sides. The people that want to defend him, the people that want to hate him. And to me, I just love those people who you could tell they truly love their artistry. But some people, it seems like they're more they're more into like the attention, the gimmicks, and I get it. Everything's a game. You have to play the game a little bit. There's marketing to things, but some people you realize that's all they care about, and that's kind of what I don't like about them because it's just like just give me some good music sometimes. Like drop an album of just like good music without like just drop it for the love of music. I love Tyler the Creator. I love Tyler the Creator. To be honest, I know y'all are saying I'm not saying he's not a real artist, but I think the gimmicks outdo the music. I see people more talking about the gimmicks than I do them talking about the music. I never hear people saying, "Oh, Lil Nas X said this in a song. This was so dope. This bar was dope." No, they're always talking about the outrage. But Tyler the Creator is next level. His artistry from the visuals to like the music to everything he does is just like aesthetically so pleasing. He's always perfecting his craft. And instead he's got bars. He's got bars. Tyler's got bars. Get it twisted. He's got bars. When I listen to Tyler, I'm like, yo, do you hear those chord progressions? Like I literally haven't heard people do chord progressions like this. This is crazy. I'm like, do you hear these bars? Like these are bars. Y'all both Pisces. Yeah, J. Cole. I love J. Cole too. J. Cole dope. Tyler's a great piano player, and he taught himself piano. He wasn't even like when Tyler first came out, he wasn't even playing piano. Tyler really loves music, so he taught himself how to play. I watched that progression. You know, I was there when he opened his store in LA, the Odd Future store. I was there. You know what I'm saying? I was in LA and I was like, I gotta go check this out. And I remember seeing them all there. How about Frank Ocean? Yeah, I like Frank Ocean, but he's been gone for a long time. Kid Cudi, yeah, I like Kid Cudi. XXX, yo, he's pretty dope. To be honest, I wasn't really that in tune when he was here, but after I dove in, and I was like, yo, he had some stuff. Rhapsody, yo, Rhapsody dope. Londrell. Um, I haven't really listened to Londrell, but I've literally heard a lot about him. Little Sims is fire. Little Sims is fire. Drake, I like Drake. You know, I'm Canadian. Drake, I like Drake. I haven't listened to the new album, but I still like Drake. Again, like I love music. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm sure there are one or two songs from Lil Nas X I like. Um, Mac Miller, I love. Mac Miller is dope. But I just don't like when people get up. Tom McDonald. You know, I actually know Tom because we're from the same city. You know, I actually know Tom. Um, that's funny. I don't listen to music that don't represent me. What about the artists from Europe? Which artists are from Europe? Willow Smith. Oh, I love Willow right now. I love what she's doing with The Rock. I love what she's doing with The Rock. Kaytranada. I love UK music. I love UK garage, UK house. You understand? I love grime music. You know, it's amazing. How about the real Nas? Of course. Come on, man. Of course I like Nas. I grew up on hip hop. I grew up on hip hop and dancehall. So like you have to understand, like I'm a hip hop head still, you know. But I just love music. And I just think sometimes some artists get lost in creating outrage and it overshadows their music. They may actually have good music, but the marketing takes over and it's more about other things. Do you believe in angel numbers? Yeah, I like them. I like seeing them. You know, it's a nice little affirmation throughout the day. I like it. Justin Bieber. When I was in India, y'all are just throwing artists at me. When I was in India, Bieber dropped, I forget what album it was, and for some reason that album just banged super hard while I was in India. So it's like I don't like everything Justin Bieber does, but he's very talented. We're not gonna smear Bieber. Bieber does his thing. Janae Ego's super fire. I love her. I've loved Janae Ego since her project Sailing Not Selling. That was like 10 years ago. Um, and that's a great motto right there, sailing, not selling. Where did you visit India? I went to Mumbai, I went to Chandigarh, I went to Amritsar, I was in Jalandhar, I was in Kerala, I was in Goa, I was in Shimla, you know, I was in Delhi. Have you listened to Brazilian music? Yeah, Bali Funk. I love Bali Funk. I'm big on Bali Funk. How do you balance your work life and personal life? I don't have a personal life. That's the problem. You know what I'm saying? Like what I do is my life. It's been my life always, you know. I've always made things, you know. I'm trying to find more personal life things to do. Trying to figure out how to be a normal person sometimes. Best vegan or vegetarian restaurant in LA. Last time I was in LA, I went to a vegan Mexican spot. That was amazing. Amazing. I don't know the name. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Oh yeah. Janae is super dope. Advice for a future creator. Just stay in motion. Be consistent. You understand? Don't over procrastinate the things. You get better while you are in motion. You reach perfection because you are expressing yourself. And if you're really about it, just stay consistent. You know, just keep doing your thing. Just keep doing your thing. I love your opinion on marijuana. Oh yeah, we already had like a pretty big discussion on marijuana. Um, I said it's cool. I just don't smoke it. Do you make all the instrumentals? Not all the instrumentals. I make like a bunch of them, but not all of them. The goal is to do all of them. The goal is to do more of them. Do you have a favorite jazz artist? Yeah, and oh my god, his name is slipping me right now. I can't believe it. Um, I can't believe his name is slipping me right now. But I love Bobby McFerrin. He's got jazz. He's got some jazz style records and Chris Carrera, him, Jazz, and those two. But there's another guy, I forget his name. Do you have any advice on quitting? Yeah, you kind of have to like distance yourself a little bit from like the smoking circles that you have, um, because that will like really cause you to fall. That's the biggest thing with weed, smoking marijuana, is that like it becomes like a thing you do with your friends, and that's all you do. So I had to just like stop hanging out with my friends all the time when they smoked. Do you think Lil Nas is a creative? Yeah, he's definitely creative. I'm not saying he's not creative. He's definitely creative. You know what I'm saying? Like he's creative in everything he does. All I said is, and he's got a couple songs in the past that I actually enjoy. I just don't like. I just feel like the outrage overshadows the music. I can't remember like 3 bars from him. I can't, because there's so much outrage and he purposely does it, right? Because he knows, you can turn attention into currency. Do you ever do consultations? Yeah, lots of people ask me that. I was thinking about it. I don't know. I don't know if maybe, I'm not sure. I feel like that's what we're kind of doing now, but it's something I'm open to. Ooh, I like how y'all are connecting in here and emailing each other. That's what we're doing. That's connection. What's on your playlist? My playlist is I'm a piano music. It's Bobby McFerrin. It's instrumentals. It's like the Embidas, it's Kalimbas. It's like some meditation music. Alice Coltrane's on there right now. I've been listening to a lot of Alice Coltrane. A lot of Alice Coltrane. Do you consume raw living foods? Yeah, I prefer to eat raw, but I just feel like it's pretty hard to do it in Canada as all year round. You don't have like the freshest of produce. So if I lived in a hotter climate, I would eat 90% raw. I feel the best when I'm like eating raw foods, to be honest, but I need to be in the right climate, the right environment to do that fully and really commit. Shout out to Argentina. Do you see yourself having a farm? Yeah. But I'm definitely gonna need like people to be like working that farm as well, because I don't know how I'm gonna completely run a farm and do content. So, you know, maybe my future wife, she'll know how to farm or something. How are you feeling today, Heinz? I'm feeling good today. I was a little bit distracted, and then I decided to come on live stream and hang out with y'all. Do you meditate? If so, how did you learn? Yeah, I meditate. Meditation is really just closing your eyes and just, having a moment for yourself. And, you can do guided meditations online, but I just focus on my breath. I don't think there's that much to learn. It's really just taking time and space for yourself. Of course, you can like strengthen it in different ways, and there's techniques, and yeah, you can search out that knowledge. But just a little bit of a little bit of meditation every single day, go a long way. How do you edit or programs you use? I use DaVinci now. I used to use Premiere, but Premiere used to be really slow. So now I'm just like I'm having a new process with coloring my videos. I haven't quite got it to where I like it, but I'm shooting in S-Log now, and I'm just coloring using DaVinci. No real special LUTs or anything, but I just got an app that allows me to create my own LUTs. So I'm going to start creating LUTs, and maybe I'll share them when I get some good ones. I use your vids to sleep some nights. Yo, other people have told me that as well. I was actually thinking about making some like long sleep mixes or something. How do you deal with self-doubt? I just rise over it. When I doubt myself, I get sick of it, and then I turn that around and I tell myself, nah, I can do this. We always overcome. We always pull through. And I use the self-doubt to strengthen my will. Simple. I look at it like it's my boxing mate. And yeah, it knocks me. It knocks me in the face, Sometimes it almost knocks me out. But I get back up and I'm like, nah, this is my round, always. You understand? A lot of my sounds are custom. A lot of my sounds, some of my sounds are from Epidemic, but I really try to make like my goal right now is just to make a lot of my sounds. Shout out to my boy Said, Football to Fatherhood. Check out my boy's channel. He be on his grind. Your friends think you're corny for being on this journey. Your friends will catch up. I had people like that too who was like questioning everything I was doing. They thought I was turning into a weirdo. I was growing my hair, I stopped smoking, I stopped drinking, I stopped, hooking up with the ladies. I just stopped everything and I just focused on myself. I went on my journey and, I started eating different and people thought I was a weirdo. And then once they see the manifestation, they say, "Oh, okay." Sometimes people don't understand the seed that you're planting, right? Because when you plant a seed, it goes into the ground, right? You can't see a seed, right? You also can't see all the potential within a seed. When you plant a seed, you just know, hey, this is like a seed for, I don't know, blueberries. You plant that into the ground and then you have to nurture it and then it will grow. So when you're on a new journey, that's like planting a seed and people don't understand what's about to happen. But once it starts to sprout, once you start to like, really step in your truth and it starts to now manifest in your own life, then it becomes real for them. And then now they're like, oh, interesting. Okay. So all that weird stuff you were doing, it was really just like for your personal development. Like you were tuning in, you were becoming the best version of yourself. And then they're going to ask you, how did you do it? And then you get to share your experiences, right? And that's what we're here for. Guided meditations. Yeah, I would love to do guided meditations. I'm working on some. I just trying to get like the music right for them. I want them to be like a really good experience. Right now, I find it hard to like stay consistent and then also like do passion projects because it's like in my nature to want to take like a month off and just work on one video. But I don't want to do that as well. So I'm still trying to learn how to like stay consistent and then like get these other things out and then do my podcast. Like technically I'm trying to do too much, but like I'd rather shoot high and fall short when I'm shooting high because at least I know I'm still doing something. I'm still doing well. Thoughts on social media? I can't hate on social media because I use it, right? So it would be really crazy for me to shit on social media when it's literally like a part of my life. But it's a tool, right? It's a tool for connection. It's a tool for expression. It could be a tool to make money. It's a tool. But your tools become obstacles when you don't know how to use them. So if you don't know how to use social media, it's going to use you. You're going to be distracted. You're going to compare yourself. Time is going to slip out of your hands. And the next thing you know, this thing is using you and eating you alive. And that's what happens to a lot of us. It's happened to me too. Favorite thing about fatherhood? Favorite? That's a good question. What is my favorite thing about father? It's just nice having like a mini you. It's nice, like, to have somebody that like is a version of you, but their own being. And like, it's like you have like a little best friend for life. Even though I bought my daughter a new phone and she like literally be leaving me on read. Literally, she just be leaving me on read. I'm like, I just bought you a brat. I got you brand new braids this week. Got you a new phone. And I'd be texting you and she'd be like leaving me on read when she's not with me. The disrespect. And then when I'd be seeing her, she's like, I didn't even get the text. I didn't even see the call. I'm like, what are you talking about? Literally FaceTimed you like 5 times, man. Yo, kids are reckless. I'd be like, I love you. I'm proud of you. And she'd just be like, THX, thanks. I'm like, yo, where's the love? Like, where's the love in your text messaging? Like, there's no love in the text messaging. Like, she'll like, give me some emojis. Give me some more love. Like, I need the emojis. I need the exclamations. Like, I need a heart or something. Don't just like give me a thanks. It's reckless. It's reckless. It's ridiculous. It's so dry. Just pouring my heart out. Yeah, it just gets worse as I get older. The craziest part is like my daughter is so much like me that now I know it's like I'm experiencing myself. So like she's so good doing her thing. Like she'll be in her room, like her room's literally right there, and she'll just like not even pay attention to me. And I was like that too. I could just do my thing, my own thing for so long. So I feel like I'm experiencing myself, and now I get like, oh man, this is why people were like, you know, always questioning me because she just be doing her own thing. Are you worried about high school and what it comes for? Of course. Of course. I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out about it. See, look, literally, she would just be leaving me on read. Leaving me on read. It's crazy. Do you have any videos of how you make your teas? Where do you get your teas from? No, I haven't actually done a video where I get my tea from. Um, Coming into the fall, we're going to do a lot more tea videos. Coming into the fall, we'll do a lot more tea videos. Oh man, thank you, Sean. I definitely missed that, but thank you so much, Sean. I didn't see it. Oh, I see it now. I'm young and struggling to find the motivation to work on my business as much as I would like, and I really beat myself up over it. I mean, starting your own business and doing anything like that is going to be a constant struggle. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really never going to end where you beat yourself up, because even when you start to hit more success, you're going to feel like you're not doing enough. Right, you got to apply some grace to your life. You know, you got to have a couple of friends that know what you're doing, so you know you have some people trying to keep you accountable as well. But if it is only yourself, you have to realize like the motivation is like it's just like it's like an emotion that comes sometimes, right? You have to remind yourself, you have to structure your days. What helps me is like writing down exactly what I'm going to do the next day, like having a clear vision. So if I don't do it, well, then I have to question myself why I didn't do it. But like when you're not structured, then things aren't getting done, and then you're just beating yourself up and you don't even have a plan. But starting your own business is like an amazing thing, man. Like first off, give yourself some thanks that you're like taking that journey, that you're like trying to do that for yourself. That's amazing. But it's going to be a struggle, but it's also going to reap a lot of rewards. You know, your sacrifices will come through for sure. Yeah, the affirmation cards are coming pretty soon. They're already in the works. So the goal is to have them by Christmas. To have them by Christmas. Oh, your daughter's 4. Yeah, cherish those moments, man. Because they cherish those moments. Watch right now. I'm gonna literally try to FaceTime my daughter right now. Watch. She probably ain't gonna even answer. Just reckless. This is like the worst sound ever. Just it's ridiculous. Ridiculous. I'm about to put her on blast right now. You know how much stress I went through the last week to make sure she had like the best of the best clothes, new braids, and nobody else. I was like, yo, first day of school, nobody else was even thinking about this stuff. Like, make sure she got new braids, got make sure she had a new phone, the new clothes, school supply set, and she'd be leaving me on read. The savageness, the savageness, the savageness. I'm literally the same way though. Do you want any more kids? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. She don't like you, Heinz. That's so mean. That's so mean. She definitely like me. She's my daughter. Would you say you're a strict parent? I don't really have to be that strict just because like she's really good. She's like me. She has like really high emotional intelligence. So she's never really getting into trouble or she's never like she likes her alone time a lot. Like she likes to just like do her thing. Um so like I can't imagine like she's like the therapist for her friends. Like she has really good emotional intelligence. Really good emotional intelligence. Like I can talk to her like an adult, but I still lay the law down. Like I told her, I was like, yo, if you skip a class, like no, she's a Libra. She's a Libra. Yeah, so I'm actually worried. The reason why I'm not sure if I want more kids is because I feel like I lucked out, and like most kids are crazy. Most kids are crazy. Um, right? And like she's like me. Oh, she said she was eating. No, because I'm like grilling her right now. Yeah, but a lot of kids, like I know a lot of kids, like a lot of her friends and other kids that like a lot of kids are crazy and like I kind of lucked out because I don't think I would have been able like I think I'm like able to do the things I do is because my kid is pretty grounded and like I don't have to like worry too much. You know what I'm saying? Like so it's pretty blessed. It's pretty blessed. Heinz, what do you think of spiritually claiming to be in mushrooms? Because I had OCD and think yeah, I'm not sure. I mean I heard great things. Oh, shout out to Casey so much. That's beautiful. Shout out to your baby boy. Oh wow, I've been here for like a long time. Probably wrap up in like 10 minutes since I'm getting distracted now. Are you a dog or cat person? I don't have either, to be honest. I don't have any pets. I don't have any pets. I've never had any pets, so but if I did have a pet, I think I'd have more like a cat because a cat kind of mimics my personality a little bit more. Cat will kind of do their own thing, like leave you alone, and then a cat will come and show you some love. But I find um, if I had a pet, but growing up, I was always really allergic to pets, so I just never had any. So I never formed that bond, you know. Thank you, Mina Love. Thank you, thank you. I'm gonna play like a song or two and then like wrap up. Are you into crystal healing? I haven't really gotten into it. Nothing. Haven't just gotten into it. But I heard great things. But I just haven't gotten into it. What nation would I be in Avatar? Probably water or airbender for sure. Um, I mean, the airbending look fun because they'd be flying. They'd be flying and stuff, and they're like in the sky. Do you see yourself having dreads forever? I can't imagine myself cutting them off. No. Sometimes I've thought about it, and I was like, I can't even. I've actually had dreams where my dreads got cut, or I cut them off, and I was in my dream. I was freaking out, and I'd wake up like, oh no, my hair. Um, so I think I'll have them forever. I can't wait till I'm older and like my dreads are like. Well, I'm not gonna say I can't wait, but it'll be cool when they're like gray and stuff when I'm old. That's a vibe in itself. What your Myers personality type? I don't know. I've never actually heard of that. Have you thought of becoming a rapper? Maybe when I was like 17. But yeah, what does your hair represent? It's just a covenant, it's a covenant that, I'm gonna move on my own rhythm. I serve something higher than myself that, I don't have to conform to this world, but I renew this world from, the renewal of my mind and my spirit. So that's basically what my hair means. Hey, I love women with dreads. That's what's up, Kay. That's gonna look fire. That's gonna look fire. I love when I see older women with gray dreadlocks. It looks so cool. It looks so cool. Shout outs to everybody. Shout outs to everybody. Shout outs to everybody. We should all pray for everybody. That's the power of prayer. Creds for such a long stream. What you up to next? I should get some food going. I actually got some recording to do. I gotta plan out some content. I actually have tons to do before I go to bed. Like too much to do. Oh, it looks like my camera died. So my apologies. We're gonna have to wrap this up. The camera has gone, but I appreciate everybody and give thanks. Thank you so much. I had a really good time.